Welcome, my name is Matt, aka Road Jedi 88. As I mentioned, I've been doing some 30-second increment recordings off of my new Switch 2 that my wife and I have gotten recently, and of course they come with emulators. One of them being Game Boy emulators. I actually once had a Game Boy back in 1990, 1992, and one of the games was one second. Super Mario Land. Now, many of you are familiar with what Mario is today. Prior to the next closest thing to what Mario was, originally I think might have been the plumber guy out of Donkey Kong, the original Donkey Kong. I'm talking about the Atari arcade Donkey Kong. The arcade and the Atari Donkey Kongs. I actually had an Atari for Donkey Kong years ago. Of course, I grew up in the 90s. The Atari came even before I was born. It was actually my dad's. He passed it on to me. The plumber guy, I don't know, it might have been the earlier concept for Nintendo's, what we now know today as Mario. The next step after that original Donkey Kong, this probably would have been among the first of what we get to know of about Mario. Super Mario Land. This is the first world, or the first level, 1/1. And it might be a little noisy, so I'm just simply gonna let y'all watch this scroll play. And the editing might be a little choppy, so my apologies to that. You can do a progress save if you want, which is a feature I did not have when I played it back in the 90s. As I mentioned, it's going to be in side-scroll format. And my recordings are in 30-second increments, so I have to mesh them together in my editing. I am in the process of getting a capture card. It's taken me a while. I've been saying in many of my videos, I'd like to get to a point where I finally am doing videos where I'm not saying that. If it is happening, when you got other mouths to feed in your home, that kind of needs to come first. Now, this took me a minute to get. But that top door has prize rewards waiting for you. That is World 1-1. I like to try to aim for that sunflower. But you also could have gone for more lives, because I already technically had the sunflower. You could have gone for more lives. But anyways, subscribe to the channel, like the videos, comments, questions, suggestions down below, and we will get into World 1-2. So now we're going to be going into Super Mario Land World 1, Level 2. If you notice with the last video, and we're going to go into this now, you have 3 lives. If you get killed by an enemy, or if you do not reach the end of the level before the timer is up, you lose a life, and then it's game over. Back in the 90s, back in the 80s, when it came to Game Boy games, these were not games that took months to play. We did not spend years on this game. I mean, yeah, I did. I've been playing it since I was 5 years old. That puts it back in 1993 on my Game Boy when I was, little. But this game was meant to be beat within an hour if you're good at it. Killing the enemies, you get points. Collecting the items, the collectibles, you get points. Whatever time you have left on your timer, by the time you get to the end of the level, you get points accumulated. The timer accumulates into points. So, once again, it's a side-scroll gaming level, and there's really not much to explain. Largely just watch. So that was World 1, Level 2. We're going into World 1, Level 3. So, in comparison to games nowadays, and even like the current Mario games now that we have, this is pretty simple and basic. But you have to bear in mind, this came out in 1989. Simple side scroll, simple point system, simple objective, yada yada yada. Doesn't seem like much. But for those who are willing to check out old vintage, prehistoric days of gaming, it's not too bad. Now, once in a while, there are some secrets, like right over here to the left. There is a secret brick to hit, and we're gonna ride up to the top. And if you haven't figured out how to run, you gotta fire your little sunflower seeds. That gives you the ability to run. Come to the end here. Wait for the pod to go down, or the flower to go down. Snapping Dragon. And we'll just come on down here. Now, this is all traditional things that have always been known of Mario. He crawls through pipes. So, really pretty basic. Just kind of continue with the side-scroll gaming of it. There is another secret section as well, I will point out. So, coming out of that pipe, we're just continuing on down the storyline. Side scroll. Watch out for the falling bricks. Unless you want a concussion. It'll just shrink you down a size. I'm just kidding. Continue on, take out the fireball spitting lions. And there is another secret right there. The second little at the second lion section. We'll take it up to the top. Come down this pipe. Now here's a chance to kind of test your run jump abilities. Right here. To run jump, as I pointed out, you gotta fire off your seed, your sunflower seed pellets in order to run. The seed pellets, they have the ability of kind of collecting your currency, your coins that you're trying to collect. But when you shoot it, it allows you to run. While you're running, if you press the jump button while running, it allows you to jump a little bit higher. Not by much, but it does allow you to jump a little bit higher. Give yourself running space. Make sure you have room to do that run, because it's not run jump if you're not beginning to run before you jump. So right over here, now we're too big to crawl into the lower and the middle spacing, but you can shoot your sunflower seed pod, and you saw it collected. Now for the lowest one, it's a lot harder. It'd be better if you were shrunk down a size, but then that means you're jeopardizing your health. I was not quick enough to shoot that sunflower seed pellet through the very bottom and be able to run over to the top, staying with the pellet in my screen frame, because when it gets out of frame, it will not collect. You have to see it collecting. Your screen has to see it collect. So we're continuing on, and we are reaching the end of the World 1. The World 1's boss, the bigger lion shooting fireballs at us. Just jump over his butt, hit the button behind him, and the rest of your time gets accumulated in your scoring. And no, this is not Princess Peach. This is Daisy, apparently. Thank you, Mario. Oh, Daisy. Rat. Princesses are prettier than rats. Anyways, once again, get your bonus. And that was World 1. We will be going into World 2. Thank you for following. Subscribe to the channel. Like the videos, comments, questions, suggestions down below. And I will see you in World 2.